Don't start yet. I'm getting set up.
It's getting close to 7:00.
Oh, we'll make it.
Gotta start.
Good. Whenever you want.
Good.
Yep. Don't start yet. I'm getting set up.
For clone.
It's on a loop over there.
Whenever you want. Yep. Don't start yet. Getting set up. Goodbye. Got it. Okay.
Bad green.
Two of me. Ah.
Call the April 21st Town of Mendon Planning Board meeting to order. First item on the agenda we have tonight is to approve the meeting minutes of April 7th. Any comments? Any revisions? No comments. Would somebody like to make a motion for approval of tonight? Lauren, or a second? Second from Earl. Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
I abstain. Item on our agenda tonight is the Wilmot site plan amendment. Requesting approval for amendment prior approved site plan. Winfield Road, approximately 62 acres, 192.03-1-15.22. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Before we get going, I know that there was a comment from the fire department. We had a quick little conference with fire marshal, myself, and those are code related. So we're not gonna cover them tonight. What we're gonna do is require the fire marshal's signature line on the set of plans. So once he is satisfied, he can sign off on them, and a condition of our approval will be his satisfaction with the plans.
Yeah, and I spoke with him separately on the phone.
Okay.
Just to go over them.
Okay, excellent.
So I'll just do my little run through for you guys. So good evening, everybody. My name is John Jones with B&B Associates, here tonight for the application of the Wilmot residents, requesting approval of the revised preliminary and final site plans for the Wilmot residents located on West Bloomfield Road. The plans have been revised based on relocation of the proposed home to be closer to West Bloomfield Road. The proposed location is now about 2,000 feet off West Bloomfield, with the previously proposed about 3,600 feet off of West Bloomfield. The site plans include a single-family home with associated driveway access, which is located in the same location as was previously approved. A water service for the house, which will come from proposed water main extension along West Bloomfield Road, and a proposed private wastewater treatment system. We are coordinating with the Health Department, Water Authority, and DOT for these approvals. And the DOT and Water Authority have given us the go-ahead for Mylars. And as mentioned, we received comments from the Mendon Fire Department and are still coordinating with Marshall. If anybody else has any questions on the application?
Notes from before. Over 1 acre of disturbance. You're required to SWIP, moving it closer to the road. Is it less than 1 acre?
No, it's still more.
Still over?
Yeah, and that's stated in the letter.
as we looked through this before, it was previously through an E-Pod. This layout, my review, looks like it's still the same area within those E-Pods, the driveway.
Yes, yeah, in the front there, going through,
Based on that, I mean, we addressed that before, in my opinion, we looked at the comments before, I think they still remain. I don't have too much to about it, we talked about the fire marshal signature line, other than that, makes sense to me, move it closer to the road, and possibility of a public water source, and so choose, and works for us, works for me.
Drawing 2. Culvert.
on the utility sheet, you know. Oh, the existing one that's already put in there?
That's been installed.
Yeah, that's already put in, yeah. I can get a size for that. Yeah, this culvert's already been installed, and the culvert up here, closer to the driveway, has already been installed, or the entrance.
Is there any possible chance of widening the driveway a little bit where the dry hydrant is?
Yeah, we can do that. Depending on, what happens with the fire marshal, we need a dry hydrant. Yeah, we can certainly line that out a little bit there.
Pull it right next to the pump.
Yeah. Well, it's probably 15 feet away or so.
We could always just pour that dry hydrant closer. Yeah.
So improve accessibility to the dry hydrant. Is there a certain distance you're thinking away from the road?
I know Neil says they don't have to use much more than 10 section. If you could get it. Start the champions.
Sure. Haven't been out there in a while.
Because it's pretty good slope.
All right, Lauren, thoughts, comments?
Yeah, looks fine.
All right, so I'm looking at this, we're talking about 2 conditions. This is preliminary and final, correct? First condition is fire marshal signature line required on there. Condition number 2 would be the accessibility of the dry hydrant within 5 foot of the driveway edge, whether it's extending the driveway width or. What I have on there.
Can you repeat that again? Make sure I got it right.
Number 1 is
Got
fire
that.
marshal signature. The second one is improved accessibility to the dry hydrant from the driveway.
Thank you.
done. I don't think we need to address seeker, and we've already addressed it before.
Yep, and plus also it's a type 2 anyhow, so.
So, for this discussion, seeker is required. So I hear a motion for conditional approval for preliminary and final approval. So. Roll. Second. The discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda tonight, public comment. Public would like to comment on TV. General discussion. There's an application that's coming up. Don, this is one that you and I talked about earlier. It's not really an application for us. There's a developer, a home builder that's looking for relief to a FAD or to a conservation easement. He's looking for a change to a conservation easement. Don, you kind of like us, not to put words in your mouth. Because I think he said that's not, doesn't really fall to the planning board. It sounds as though the town board is sending it to us to ask for our recommendation. I think this has been sent over to the conservation board, correct?
The count, yes.
Yes, conservation board is gonna look at it. This is gonna be on our agenda for May 15th,
19.
May 9th.
Yeah.
Well, the second meeting tonight, so we should have the comments back from the conservation board at that time. I think we should know what they say before we weigh in.
The conservation easement, or the conservation board will meet on May 4th. So you'll have your comment.
So you got that.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the fads. And so steep slope and with lots. I did not really open up the plans yet. The first thing that I noticed was it's a wood lot and there's no trees on the plans. They might have, I don't know, maybe they forgot to include those on the survey. But that we would give a recommendation. Or I guess we could have no comment officially, correct?
Yep. To this board, you could adopt the comments of the conservation board, you can add to it. Disagree with it if you want.
Does anybody have any questions about the conservation easements in general? We don't deal with them too much anymore.
Is the applicant going to rewrite the legal description for the easement and refile it? Applicant's attorney?
I think maybe if we
Because
could,
all those were filed, there was a Schedule A with the legal description.
so that could be one of our recommendations if the town board chooses to.
If they're moving that line, that's a file fact.
I mean, and our recommendation doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be yes or no, simply, it could be we don't suggest it, and if the town board chooses to, have the applicant refile.
Right.
Size of the property is one lot,
It's one lot, yes,
just one building.
just one building lot. We'll hear from it as it goes through. I don't know. I think we had a very productive meeting last week with regards to this application and future applications and the fire code and the fire marshal. I think anytime that we have any comments like this, 6 or 7 of the comments, maybe more from the fire code, The fire, this is the fire marshal, no one talking about it, the plan board meeting anymore.
Because we don't have any jurisdiction.
No, and we don't want to negotiate on behalf of the fire department and fire marshal anymore, in my opinion.
We can't negotiate the fire code.
No. Sounds like Mrs. Stott's application went well.
I was impressed. With the presentation, I was shocked. I think it'll be great for the hamlet.
Any concerns?
No.
No? Okay. And she's at the ZBA tomorrow night, so see if they come through. There was some, it sounds as though we had a question if there needed to be a variance for each special use permit or if it carries with the land. Don, you got together with the zoning board attorney and
Yeah, we agree that it should probably just be a single variance that runs from there. But the code still requires that each underlying event requires its own permit, so they can go to the ZBA once, but they'll have to come to us with the number of events that they're looking at.
would it be possible, I think there was talk about, giving her approval for the first one, and then if that goes well, maybe including both the next two in one?
I think your code says something about they're more than 48 hours apart, they're separate events, needing a separate permit, so. It might be something to the town board, it might be something the town board might consider amending.
Okay, could we issue permits? Could we issue two permits
Sure.
off of one public hearing?
I would just advertise the public hearing in a way that concerns, X number of events on such and such dates.
Okay,
And if you do that, I think, sure, you could approve 3 permits at one meeting,
okay.
if you'd like to do something like that.
So it sounds from my fellow planning board members that it went well. It sounds positive, assuming that it's through the ZBA for this variance. Should we have our attorney start to draft determination?
Special permit determination.
Yeah, for the, that's our first meeting in May, Michelle?
Yep, May 5th.
Yeah, so if we could start that draft, I think I'm thinking maybe some of the conditions is like, traffic on New York State 64 shall not be impeded. Just stuff like that, so it's kind of sets us up, where do we think could be an issue? Tom, I think I read the minutes you said you see noise and traffic. I agree, it's noise and traffic, and from there.
Yeah, I had a few other things I saw in there. One of them here says that we need a statement from local fire and ambulance authorities. Is that something we got in?
It should have been in the letters that I emailed you. There was one from the fire department.
Okay. Evacuation plan, was that in there?
No, not that I
Emergency
saw.
access roads, provisions for the disposal.
I do know she talked about it. She's gonna have an ambulance set up and they're gonna have their own lane or whatever to get in and out.
This,
It was on the right hand side, yeah. You walk me just
my
main door.
comment initially on this was,
Yeah,
the code is extremely specific. It's basically a checklist. And so she needs to make sure she checks off everything on the checklist.
Okay.
It's pretty clear. It's not ambiguous at all.
And she was given that.
Yeah,
yes.
so it'd be nice to make sure she actually has all that into us ahead of time.
Yeah, she knows. I will tell her to maybe do a better evacuation plan if that's something she needs, or
Yeah, I mean, it's
just tell her to review everything she has and make
I
sure.
think responding to each one of those bullets
Yep,
in writing is the simplest way to do it.
right.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt. What was the dates again? June, July, and August? I think August was the 14th. What was the
It
other
was
two?
June 12th.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the August date.
What was July?
17th, was it?
I think it was the 17th, yeah.
Okay, remember, the reason why I ask is because I heard that Clothesline Art Festival was not having theirs. And I think Fairport, because of COVID, obviously, Fairport Music Festival, I don't know if they're having theirs or not, and which is August. So I'm not trying to put a damper on stuff. I'm just saying, I think it's a great idea for the hamlet. It's just, I don't know, that's comes down from the state.
So the condition is she needs to abide by COVID guidelines. I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, that's Department of Health, really, right?
Yep.
Well, she talked a lot about that too. She said, being an restaurant owner, she gets COVID updates every morning. And she says they make adjustments each day to fulfill that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I think we can definitely address that in our determination, but COVID is still a moving target and we should not impede what she has to do because of COVID.
yeah, she said she'll make any adjustments needed to,
Did she, and the other thing I don't remember from last time, maybe it was in there, so anything about parking, did she say a shuttle of some sort? I can't remember what she said.
Yeah, and she was also going to get letters from surrounding property owners.
Yeah.
Letting her use their property.
Okay,
Like she says, if they say no, she goes to the fire department, call it off, and somebody there tell them they can't park.
Should
Well,
we-
the buildings behind her,
okay, they're listening.
I'm sorry, the buildings behind her, there was 2 representatives for businesses behind there. And they said there's 30 spots per section, so it's 90 spots. And they
Yep.
were in on it.
Well, we just have it in writing, right?
yeah, we should definitely have that right. Just be a shame for her to show up in 2 weeks and not have this stuff and have us tell her to do it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Should we be looking at, would there be an issue? And this is a question I should ask, propose to the code enforcement officer. If she had A-frame signs that said event parking display.
We can condition our approval to say signage for parking. She really should just have a parking plan. Here's where they're gonna park, here's where we're gonna tell them how to get there, here's how they're gonna get from the parking lot to my event.
So we're saying in writing. Address that code. What was the code section, Don?
260-50.
16-50, which she has been given. Yes.
Mhm.
Parking plan,
Mhm.
and in that parking plan is, written permission.
Mhm. There's something here about a plan for addressing noise level.
Should you be having parking attendants?
I'm not sure about that.
She was planning on it anyway.
She was.
The,
I saw
the,
something about security.
yes,
Security she has,
she's
yeah.
got security and the junior fire department there. They're gonna help out with parking and anybody who wants to make donations, it goes to the junior firemen. So,
It sounds like she has a very well thought out plan. It just needs to put a little bit more in writing to get by, well.
Put the finishing touches on it.
All right, so basically addressing code 260-50 in writing, give us a parking plan and written permission from anybody that she wants to use their parking. I mean, as a resident member of Mendon, I think the other businesses in the hamlet would welcome the extra people in the hamlet. And welcome parking in their parking lot, especially those.
Advertising, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
there's gonna be somebody that goes, oh, there's an ice cream place
I
down
know,
here.
right? Oh, look at that little restaurant back in there, right?
Oh, I forgot there's a florist here.
Uh-huh.
So that's my thought.
And each one with a nice sign in their window.
And address the hours.
Or a booth over at this thing.
Yeah, she was receptive to 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Done.
And I think the music inside by 11, right, are done.
no, I think she said done.
Yeah, she said that.
All right.
11, right?
11, yep.
I was just, is there anything, if she had people sitting outside on the patio for normal business?
And that south should be there at midnight.
Yeah, 1 o'clock,
Right, because of COVID, but
Oh,
what
midnight, yeah.
pre-COVID was
2 o'clock.
closing, right?
Right?
But that's up front, we're talking about in this event area.
Right, it's a little different.
Everything.
No, I thought it was 12.
In the event.
Right now, it's 12 for COVID.
Yeah, the event, 11.
Yeah, the event 11,
Okay,
so that parking lot area,
hours of the operation and music, all of it at 11. Okay.
outside of her normal restaurant business.
Because I think she said music stops at 11, she'll have everybody out by 11:30.
Okay.
I think that's what she said.
Okay,
I think that's it, because that gives her a half an hour.
does someone want to pass this discussion on to her?
I'll see her tomorrow, I can.
Okay.
Sounds good. That pretty much covers our applications. There, we have Austin site plan.
Yeah. Austin, Scott, public hearing, and Rossi revised plan, which is the FAD you already talked about.
Fad.
So Austin,
When's the one on Carolina Drive coming?
is that Sickles?
Yeah,
No, Sickles is the Fad. There's one on Carolina Drive where they moved the house right up against the stormwater pond.
I haven't gotten it yet.
I thought I just saw it.
Oh.
is it the one RSM's building?
Oh, is that the one that came in today?
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't get to that yet. So that'll be on June 10th, June
No,
2nd.
you handed it to me instead.
Oh, I did give it to you? I don't know.
We need to make sure that the highway superintendent is involved on that review. I'll email you the address. I remember, I think it's Carolina Drive.
Oh, sure it is.
And my point being is that they moved the house up next to the stormwater pond and their new site plan does not show all the access to that stormwater pond.
Okay,
So
so it needs Andy's signature?
I'm thinking Andy's signature, yeah.
Okay,
What's gonna happen sometime in the future, not that this is the purview of the planning board. They have to get in there and muck out that stormwater pond and they
Right.
moved their house and their windows within about 5 foot of the easement of the access driveway.
okay.
So that means somebody somewhere 20 years down the road.
Which one is that,
It's
Tom?
this one here.
What's the name of it?
3 Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah, but,
Doug Eldred is the site engineer.
oh, yeah, when did I put the date on the top of that?
5-5.
Okay, yeah, so they'll be on 5/5.
So that's gotta be the Austin site plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Joe Rossi.
Oh, it's Rossi. Okay.
Should we have? I mean, very similar, Don, to the site plan over on Cheese Factory. And LaBella took a quick look at it and said they didn't have any concerns with the difference in grading. Can we send this please to LaBella? Because the grading has changed next to the stormwater pond.
That's the the Rossi one, the one?
Yes, that one.
I think I already sent it to him, but I'll make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stormwater pond on their lot. Or
Yes.
is it a separate dedication,
It's a
part of their lot,
part of their lot and there's an easement to the town
for the
for
town?
maintenance of it, yeah. And that's my concern is this application that we got in does not show all the things that go with the original site plan.
Again, if this can be headed off ahead of the meeting, someone can communicate this to the applicants so that they can resolve it by the time of the meeting, we could continue to move forward on it.
Absolutely, and you said that this went to Mike Simon, right?
Yeah,
I might reach out to Mike Simon, and touch base with him.
yeah, he's gotta have it by
So
now.
he can-
Yeah.
He's waiting for our site plans. Twiddling his
He's
thumbs.
getting a lot right now, so, yeah.
Because the original location is quite a ways from that.
Yes, and they've got it right up tight. And yeah, they're not showing that access road. They changed the driveway location too, off the road to off the cul-de-sac. One, I don't think that it's a big deal, but I don't think it's for us to say that. I think that's where Andy's signature comes in.
Oh, yeah, because then there's a design criteria. There's sections in here on the sides for snow storage.
Okay,
Because when they go in and follow, they go the opposite direction, follow into the middle, and then they come around the dump.
okay.
And we don't have right into this driveway.
Well, and there we go. Let me reach out to Andy too. Make sure that he is aware, and have a conversation with him, make sure he's letting this off at the pass before we
Yep.
get here.
One other thing to head off on the sickles, which is the FAB conservation easement.
Oh, that's,
Their application here, they don't have any sort of appeal to us for, hey, look, this is why we think we should be able to do this. It's just a picture of what they want to do.
So we need a letter of intent.
Yeah, they need to tell us, they're asking for this relief. I think they ought to tell us why they get to build the conservation.
Got some stuff coming up.
Yep.
keeping you busy. I will not be here on May 19th meeting. Bonnie will be, either Bonnie or Mary. I think it's Bonnie though, gonna be filling in for me.
Mary Fletcher?
Mary couldn't stay away.
I don't know for sure, but
She sent me an email and said, stop emailing me.
That's finally more than one word for Mary.
I think it's gonna be Bonnie, but if Bonnie doesn't want to do it, Mary's my next backup.
There's a whole lot fast without me here, right? No further discussion. Does anybody want to make a motion for adjournment?
I motion.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris motion, here a second?
I'll second.
Second from Earl. Any further discussion on there? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
All right. Bye, Chris.
All right,
See ya.
everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.